Before you talk, you will have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make some notes if you wish. So here is a paper and pencil for making notes. And here is your topic. I would like you to describe an advertisement you remember. You'll have 1 minute. Okay. So remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes for this. Don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. You can start speaking now, please.
Well, an advertisement that has stuck to me a lot is, I don't know if you remember it, the 2016, I believe, the Pepsi advertisement with Kendall Jenner. Basically, she breaks up a protest between the protesters and the cops by handing a can of Pepsi. And this was a video, and it went viral across the internet because of the racial backlash that it faced after, it came out and went so popular. Because I think the idea was that it trivialized the ideas of race and protesting and things that people might believe in, and also just the social values of culture, race, everything. And basically by, dissolving a protest and dissolving tension by a can of Pepsi, it just trivialized things like the Black Lives Matter, any sort of protest, whether it was racial, cultural, sexual, anything. And this went viral, and I do remember it because people still talk about it today. And I was actually having a conversation recently about how, even though this was so long ago, and people have apologized, Kendall Jenner has apologized, Pepsi has apologized, it has not taken away from just how iconic it was and how it commemorated how people trivialized racial tension. And so that's an advertisement that I fully remember very, very vividly. And that's it, yes.
And where were you when you first saw the
I
advertisement?
think I was in Sri Lanka. And it just came up on a YouTube post. Like, how they give you the advertisements before they actually get to the actual video? It was one of those things. And you don't actually think about how iconic it is because you just get to the skip button. But I actually watched the entirety of that video, and I remember thinking, what are you doing? I remember considering...
Saskia, you have finished your IELTS practice speaking test. How was it for you?
I found it pretty good. It wasn't too tough. It's like carrying a normal conversation in English, and I found it to be pretty good.
You've taken the IELTS test before, haven't you?
I have, yes.
So compared to the real test, which is obviously a lot more nerve-wracking, how were the questions in this one?
Well, I took my real test 3 years ago, so I don't fully remember it. I feel like the questions here were a little more streamlined. Whereas when I did the actual exam, it was a lot broader and there was just a lot more space for me to talk. But yeah, this wasn't too different.